when you look, or when you saw the thumbnail, it said retrospective. What I was thinking was if I look back at some of my older regions, are there lessons to be learned? Can we see kind of the growth of me figuring out some things that would lead to the way I play SimCity today? And remember, you only have so many slots, so the games that I played in 2013 when the game came out, I unfortunately I had to delete them. I have just a few empty slots, so this would accomplish two things. When I do, and the time will come when I have to delete more of my older regions, I will have a record of them. But this is a really good opportunity to look back, get a couple of ideas of how I was playing. Is there anything that, can we see how I was going from learning some things to implementing them, or the beginnings of the way I play now? Are those beginnings visible in these older regions? So I have a May 2014. So this is a region that is 8 years old, which just blows me away. I have a July 2014, August 2014, 2015. So let's go back to the not my earliest game, but the earliest game that I have that I still have access to. Um, one thing that I do notice that I did back then was I, in parentheses, I put down the type of city, I guess to help me to figure out what's what. If this is a capital city, that might have been the very first city that I started in this region, I guess. Um, so yeah, let's take a tour. I'm not going to open up all of them, but let's take a look and just get an idea. How was I playing then compared to now? And actually, the dollar amount would also be a hint. My city with the largest dollar amount potentially would be the city that is my first city, because I'm pretty sure that my method of the first city being the breadwinner is not a new method. I think I might go back to the name of the city and what the city is. Okay. So one thing is obvious. By the time I got to this region, I had already learned one painful lesson, and that was making sure that my highway into the city. So that must be something that happened, and it makes sense early on. There's a four-way intersection. And then another, no, that's a, and then this leads to, okay, so you come in, and I have a dedicated highway for the city and a dedicated highway. It branches off for how I'm going to earn money. And it's not connected to the rest of the city. Kind of a standard. Pretty standard. I'm liking this half circle into the industry and then into the downtown area. I'm liking that. That's actually pretty cool. Lots of four-way intersections. Seems to be doing okay. I do have some areas of congestion, but not horrible. But to get into the city, to the main part of the city, I do have a four-way intersection. So if, let's see, is there any other way into... Yes, so you can get... I wonder if I did that to ease on some of the congestion. So if you lived here, you would take this road. So there were two, and then you could bypass this to get to the industry. You could go this way. And I had my electronics HQ, so not bad. Not bad. A lot of travel back and forth between the cities. University, urban arena, tour, must be for tourism. And maybe I will get back to doing that because you can, at a glance, you know exactly what type of city it is. And when you've got 16 cities, like right now, the series that we're working on, We're only at city number 6, but if I labeled them, of course it's nighttime. I always like to, the first thing I want to do is see how to get into the city. Okay, so this one was, so you could kind of, I like, let's speed up time so we get some daylight. Um, so what I like about this particular type of city plot, you don't have that one entrance. You can create multiple entrances because the highway runs right through it, so you can mitigate some of that traffic. So I've got 4 ways into the city. So this is not a really, not going to learn much or get a good feel by looking at this city, because you can kind of mitigate. So 1, 2, 3, 4 entrances into the city. The sun will come up here shortly. There. So at some point, something must have really gone wrong. I'm still doing 4-way intersections. Look at that. Large fire station, hospital. So that, okay, so where are my community college? There. I do have a university. I wonder if I had figured out exactly how important education is, because if I have a large fire station and a hospital, either I was just experimenting and doing those because they needed to be done, or I'd had a major issue. We can do some housekeeping since I'm here. Whoops. What's that? Police precinct. Yeah, I must have. Four-way intersections, though. Morning rush hour. I have hot spots. So 6:30 in the morning. And this street right here. And streets just off of it are hot spots. Actually, getting in and out of the city is also a bit of a hot spot. How about population? How did I handle large population? That's a pretty good sized population there. Casino. Casino light. Tri-square. I don't know what that means. Academy 2. I gotta find out what tri-square, and it's a pretty good sized population too. Palo Vista. Tri-square. Well, in 2014, when I was playing this, I must have known what I was trying to do with tri-square, but in 2022, I have no concept. And as soon as I see it, I'll pro I'll probably realize what I was meaning by tri-square. Let's see here. This is a game file that has not been accessed in a while. Man, another city where the highway runs right through the city. So it doesn't look like I was doing roundabouts yet. Oh, look. I was going full bore into solar power control net. So this is a future city. Got airships. So the last city that we were in, it looks like I took that same concept of getting into the city. 10 a.m. Any hot spots? Not too bad. Four-way intersections everywhere. Everywhere. These are modern, futuristic cities. Let's click on. Wait, no, let's do this. Let's click on futurization. No, just high wealth. Okay, so the only thing that I needed. I have a module on my solar power plant. Is that the only power? It's the only thing I'm powering the city with. Yep. Interesting. I like the look of it. I have no idea why I called it tri-square. I thought when it loaded, I would know what tri-square but I have no idea. Try square, 3 squares. What are my 3 squares? I don't know. Streetcar. So I've got streetcars going not there, but there. I got streetcars there. Heavy streetcar presence. Looks like here, here, there, and then up and down there, and then there. So overall, I have a landmark there, landmark there, landmark there. There's the Arc de Triomphe. Wait, let's try square. Three landmarks in a square, maybe? I'm gonna go with that. I don't know what else to. Okay. Might break this up into. I gotta go check out Academy 2. So is there an Academy 1? Mega Urban. Mega Urban. Oh, we gotta look at that one too. Academy City. Let's do 3 more. Let's do Academy 2, Academy City, and Mega Urban. Heavy use of heavy use of 4-way intersections. Looks like I was figuring out how to get in and out of cities, but extremely heavy use of 4-way intersections. I want to get to Mega Urban to see how that was. Yeah, really. Uh-huh. You've heard me complain about it. So you have to, oh, that's right. You have to futurize the city to get a different style of suspension bridge. All right. Okay, now how do we get in? Good night. Immediately into the city, and you hit a. Look, they're backing up. Four-way intersection. So let's kind of figure out. So this goes underground to that area. This curves around to that. I hadn't figured out roundabouts, but I was trying to figure something out. This is not as efficient as a roundabout, but it is a way of trying to break up the traffic. And then this goes. It's not efficient, but I like it. More four-way intersections. It's all over the place with these. I used up a lot of space with those expressways. This is how the population got so big. Oh, maglev. I installed maglev. This is very futuristic over here. Look at that building. And an elite mega tower. So where is there? Academy. If this is academy, so did I have two academies? Probably, because this is incomplete. At some point, I realized that these futuristic cities were so unlike a real city. Look, in order to have the academy and those buildings, I needed to really upgrade the wealth level. Look at that. Heavy, heavy, high wealth. Heavy. Not bad. The mega towers is where I got a lot of the population from. It's making money. But you do go through phases where now you notice none of my mega towers are really that tall. Very traffic. Golly. Got traffic everywhere. Whew. Got hot spots everywhere. Evening rush hour, hot spots. Heavy hot spot there. Four-way intersection. Hot spot. And trying to get out of the city is a hot spot. Interesting. This is kind of fun. A city that I played on and created years ago. All right, where is Tri-Square, Mega Urban, and Academy? Let's go Mega. Oh, arcology. How do I get into the city? All right, heavy theme. Heavy theme. This U shape. So, how do you deal with traffic? You try to space the traffic out with lots and lots of highways. So, I don't see any roundabouts yet. I was still dealing with traffic, and I was still creating four-way intersections. I've got a random Washington monument, the Unisphere. I don't see. Looks like oh, more solar power. Doesn't look like it's been futurized. Ah, there we go. What's over here? Oil. What, two oil power plants? Because I needed a big power boost. Where is it? For the arcology, I needed a power boost. I needed to supply a boost of power to the arcology. Let's probably look at that. This city was right there. Abandoned. Let's do some housekeeping since I'm here. What was my approval rating? 84%, going up. So by the time I had gotten here, I had watched enough tutorials and I had watched YouTubers. They could get me to a certain point where I could at least we were all figuring things out. All right, one more. Academy City. That one's earning. Maybe I'll come back and look at some more cities. Maybe what I'll do is when I know that the time has come to start to delete some regions, maybe I'll do just kind of a tour. Oh, I recognize that. Okay, how do we get in? It's funny that the first thing I want to look at is how. You notice this? I'm bringing in a highway and then I'm branching it. Oh, nice. Look at how the academy, with all the different buildings, the academy and all the different. Wait, let's see here. Let's do it this way. So I've got the academy, plasma physics, nanoscale, annex. I've got all of the, I've got good control net because you need high wealth workers. So I am maxed out on low, medium wealth, and I'm almost maxed out in high wealth workers. I'm 11% researched in the ground scrubber. Cool buildings. Oops. So I had some academy. I had a casino. Hey, there's Big Ben. That's Big Ben. I was doing a lot of gambling in this city. Look at this. I had a whole strip. Police precinct. I must have been dealing with some crime. Industries there. Oof. Okay. This perfect example. See how they are just barely making it into the city. If I needed, and I don't think this city would need resources such as, but if I was specializing in importing or exporting, I would be struggling. What's that water tower doing there? I must have been running into some water issues. Cool buildings, though. Very cool. All right, well, I think we might do more of those. That was interesting. That was very, very interesting. So I appreciate you hanging out, spending some time as I do a retrospective on what my cities look like. A little less, roughly a little less than a year after I had started playing. So that was interesting. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna at some point, and that would take me some time, and I may not even post. I may just keep it in my files as something I'd like to refer back to. I may go and just kind of look at each city if I'm gonna delete a region. But I appreciate you hanging out, and we will see you next time. Take care.